guys, this is Rio, Appalachia with Shane.
And Melody.
And this big old tall building behind us will probably tip a few people off where we're at, but you go ahead and tell them where we're at.
We are in Mullins, West Virginia.
Mullins,
a lot of you
West
have asked us to come here and check it out, so we've listened.
Yes.
And we actually got the scoop. We get to go look inside of there, and you guys do not want to miss this video.
Yeah, you definitely want to check this one out because this is a keeper here.
This is a great one, yeah.
Shut up and get on the road. What do you think?
We hope you like it. If you do, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and we'll get to showing you some stuff.
Yes.
Coming into the town of Mullins.
Mullins.
Which is a city in Wyoming County, West Virginia. Population was about 1,500 in the 2010 census.
So it's pretty big for one of these coal towns.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's a mountainous town in West Virginia, and it was plagued by flooding in 2001, like a lot of these West Virginia towns here.
Yeah, just about wiped out Welch and a lot of places I went to back in that time. I remember that flood. Oh, it's bad.
Oh, yeah. So it was incorporated as a town in 1912 and was named for A.J. Mullins, who owned the land when the town was built. The town original name was spelled with an I, and a recording error accounts for it being spelled with the E instead.
Okay, so I'm familiar with the other Mullins. I've never seen somebody spell it this way, so that explains it.
I've seen it spelled this way. Yeah, I have. Yeah. So it was interesting.
Okay, well, we're about to meet the mayor of Mullins, and she's going to show us around what we're about to see around the corner, which I cannot wait. The Hotel Wyoming.
Look at that.
Yes.
I'm so excited.
So let's get ready to jump out and take a look around. What do you say?
I know. Let's go do it.
Here's Wyoming Hotel, and Mark will be joining us. And he is the cousin of the owner of the property. It's still in private ownership now. Dr. Webster's, he's a physician in Atlanta, and his mother owned it, and so he inherited it, and by the time he inherited it, this is what we have here after the flood, and it's sitting empty. And there's another property across the way, it's old hospital building. See, this building was originally an old hospital.
Wow. But, on the corner.
Yeah. Pretty good shot of that.
Yeah, the flood kind of is in here. John Kennedy has stayed here. I think Babe Ruth, John L. Lewis, one of those famous boxers, and you know the architect that did this building did the company store.
Okay.
Alex Mahood.
Yeah.
And he did a lot of property in like Bluefield and Marshall County. He did like the student building in Concord. He did that box that they just opened a restaurant in over there. And this is the tallest building in Wyoming County. It's shaped like an H. From an aerial view, because you can see these indentions and it's shaped like an H, so it has some unique architectural design to it. And so, you know, it is, it has a lot of history and you know, the design and stuff with him, because he had like a career that spanned decades and decades, and a lot of those historic homes in Bluefield. And when this building and the company store, and there were some other company stores, because I've researched what he did. You can hold it.
Yeah, I'll hold it for y'all. I'm about one hamburger away from not fitting, so I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Look at the floor.
Yeah. Pretty neat.
So this was the lobby. The original, there's like a telephone, the stuff for that, I think it's still in here, isn't it, Mark?
What is it?
Then the phone system stuff still in here.
The what?
Well, there's like some phone stuff
the phone booth and stuff.
Where is that?
The other character took it because somebody was vandalizing it. Vandalizing it, really. That's the basement. I don't recommend going down there.
Yeah, looks a little troublesome there.
Yeah.
Especially if there was flooding, I guess.
Yeah.
This was the dining room
Yeah.
and the kitchen.
And this was the dining room, the kitchen's over there to the left.
You can still see the kitchen equipment there.
Like, if you're at your own risk is all I can say.
Yeah.
This place can come down at any time.
See, there's like a hotel that they have done down there up from Abington.
Yes.
Is it Pocahontas or what?
Oh, well,
It's like in a little town, like,
in Abingdon we got the Martha Washington Inn.
Maybe Marion, where they,
somewhere else.
is it Marion that General, they did that? Francis Marion?
Francis Marion. We got the Francis Marion in Marion, and we got the Bristol Hotel they've just redone in
This is
Bristol.
somewhere
Here's an old cash register.
Oh, cool.
You get off at Abington.
Oh,
It's wore out there.
no. Was it? It's St. Paul. that
St.
boutique.
Paul.
That's what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. I think they do really good business there.
So,
Yeah.
you know, we were going to go down there and tour and see what they had done, because it's
Yeah.
kind of the same idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't actually go
I think
in.
that one in Bristol that I researched had been a warehouse on a hotel that they turned into a hotel.
Yeah, as far as I know. But it was
Because
awesome.
I looked at it, and somebody was like, did you stay there? I said, no, because I didn't know.
Yeah, just stay right here.
Yeah, not get too cute, I guess. No.
Yeah.
It felt like that.
There's actually a pizza oven right there, right back there.
Can I come back there, Mark?
Well, if you
I've never gone.
if you're feeling froggy. I mean, I don't think this stuff's going anywhere. But as you can see, you got all kinds of equipment down in the hole there.
So what happened there? One just fell through? Or?
Yeah, it's water damage. This thing's what I like, this rack.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool.
I would love to have that. I mean, if this place does not get rebuilt, I'd love to have that rack.
Yeah.
I guess that's some kind of type of old hood or something.
Looks like the old exhaust.
That's what I mean.
Man.
I've never been in there.
Y'all go around the line.
When I killed myself in the parking lot of Scott's Hot Dog 13 days ago, I fell in the parking lot of this hot dog place that's like 9 years old. I got me a t-shirt and I was so excited I just pulled my t-shirt out and tripped over the parking thing. And I ended up in Med Express. I thought I broke a rib.
Man.
There's an old elevator.
Well, the floor and stuff, you can tell it was top of the line.
Yeah. That's the elevator. There's an old safe in that room, that closet over there. I mean, I don't know what's, I don't think there's anything.
I guess the upstairs isn't really safe.
No, you're right.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
We can go.
Okay.
Yeah, in this room there's like an old safe. There used to be.
We'll see. Yeah.
Oh, man, can you flash it again?
Yeah.
You just get a second of that. That'd be great.
I mean, you can walk in there. It's not, the front of the building's not unsafe.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Carry Safe Company, Buffalo, New York. Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I've not put it over the little.
You stick your finger in there?
No, not today.
What my signs is.
Well, whatever. You want to leave the way, Mark?
Sure. Well, I'll get rid of this drill for a second. All right. It's cold in here.
Yeah.
My house is like 4 million degrees. I'm all sick. And he turned the heat up. My kids have been all over the stress.
Oh no.
And I So y'all, y'all run this magazine, y'all work this magazine, what?
We've got a YouTube channel and a TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. We're just a social media presence and we're just trying to preserve Appalachia and our history and the people, you know. We love these old buildings, old history with them.
Yeah, but you know, this place was owned by my great aunt and her husband, and he died kind of unexpectedly. Got an aneurysm. Yeah. And you know, they were business people. They had a laundromat, they had this, they had another apartment building.
I showed them that.
She was a full-time school teacher. And I guess it was just more than she could keep up with by herself, so she shut the doors. And
That makes sense. I
and
mean,
then just time took over.
yeah. That's when water gets in or any of that, it's always a big problem. And it's,
And they weren't the type of people that like to let things go. You know, they didn't want to sell it, I guess, which she should have. Or she should have had it torn down when the big flood came for free. You know, it probably cost $500,000 to tear down this building.
oh yeah.
I'd say
Because
so.
you'd have to shut down the whole block for weeks, probably.
Yeah, I'd say so.
But
So somebody's trying to rebuild it, is that, still getting grants or?
It's the plan.
what we're working on, I'm the vice president of the Mullins Community Development Corporation.
Okay.
And we're working with, you know, trying to write grants and get different funding sources.
Yeah. We were just talking earlier about as much money as the government wastes, it looks like they could help us rebuild these beautiful buildings and our history a little bit.
Because, I mean, there's definitely a market for it. I said, I drive 3 hours to hot dog. People will drive 3 hours to come see this and eat here.
We did today just to see, you know, and that's not even fixed, you know, we,
Exactly.
You know, and that's how I am. I'll get something in my mind and I'll get in the car and go.
But I mean, in this building, there's been a photo studio,
The
bank.
radio station. You'll see the radio station. When I was a little girl, Iowa Mills would come here.
Okay.
And there's a picture of me when I was probably 4 years old that has hung in that house, in the same spot in my parents' house since it was built in '81.
Yeah.
And, you know, hung in the other house before. It was taken in this building. And, you know, so that picture's probably 50 years old, and it was taken in this building when Iowa Mills would come here and take pictures.
But as far as we know, I think they've had hazardous material studies on it. There's really nothing hazardous
Good.
in this building.
like you said, the front part feels really structurally sound and it's just, yeah.
Well,
What happened was there was an air conditioner unit up there, and then I guess there was a leak and it just kind of crashed down through the building. And
well, see, what they're saying now, anyway, is to make it compliant. The entrance and the stairs and stuff is going to have to be redone anyway. They said so they can cash in on that and just come out and build out and make that the actual entrance that you would use, the one that would be compliant and fire safe, and maybe an exterior elevator, I guess, and that would be your access to the different floors from the back and leave the
they
front.
kind of tear off the back end of the building and then add all the steps and elevators and all that back there.
Yeah. Man, that would be great.
Yeah.
And in the front, you know, try to restore it to the period. And
Yes.
I mean, it's such a beautiful, as soon as we pulled into town and that's when we said, I'd love to see this if we possibly can today. Because I was blown away seeing it in person versus in pictures.
I'll let y'all go because
I know it's probably different where y'all live here, but us coming from out of town, it just really is striking.
like, I mean, you know, people are always like walking in here. They're like,
I want to say.
my friend right by, I was sitting out there and she is just like chomping at the bit to get in.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
She could walk this now. She's gonna.
It's a lot of steps.
Yeah. This is very similar to that western front in St. Paul.
there's a lot of sinks and bathtubs and things of that nature in this building.
It reminds me of the Lowe Hotel in Point Pleasant. I mean,
Yeah,
what?
I can see that. It just, you can't buy history, that's the thing.
We stay in Appalachia, in West Virginia, Tennessee, and North Carolina, Kentucky.
Yeah.
Mostly for now anyways, and we hope to expand.
Yeah, we got a few things on the work that's really going to take it to another level.
Yeah.
Knock on wood, but but there's so much attention about this kind of stuff. People want to see it, and not many people are doing this, so it's.
Right.
Well, I think it'll happen. It won't be overnight, but it'll end up like it.
They've got to do something to stop the damage, immediately. And I've told Sam that, I'm like, if you don't make a decision sometime soon, Mother Nature's gonna make it for you.
Oh, sorry. That's exactly right.
That's what I tell them. I mean, they need to start acting on some of this stuff.
Room number 204.
And there's actually a guy named Jack Feller, he's passed on, but he wrote a history of Mullins, and there's like 5 books in that volume just on Mullins.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we hope to get more involved in talking with everybody, and we love hearing the memories.
But these are like little common areas, these little places over here.
Okay.
And then most of the bedrooms share a bathroom.
Yeah.
And each floor is pretty much the same.
The radio station's on the top, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I would take you to the roof, but it's just way too dangerous.
Yeah, that's
That's fine.
you've done more than I expected already. Yeah.
The roof, to get to it, you have to go by the elevator shaft, and it's pretty scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to really go up there again, never. When I've been up there, they used to have the fire siren on top of here, like if there's a fire in town, they would ring. And like she said, the radio station.
That's the thing, we see so many of these big buildings with a huge history, and it was kind of the hub of the town, and then as money goes down, population goes down.
I think it's been closed since 78
78.
I think it was later than
or
that.
81.
I think it was probably in the 80s.
For some reason, I think 78.
My uncle came back here when his wife died, and he lived with Grandma, but he went into court, and he couldn't court at Grandma because she didn't think he should do that. And he lived in an apartment over there.
Oh, yeah.
And that was when I was in junior high or high school, and
My Uncle Bud owns the building adjacent to this one, and it was a restaurant forever. He had apartments above it, and he was a World War II vet, and
he was like a world-renowned ball player, really.
Yeah,
I mean,
world champion, non-ball player,
Oh, wow.
he played with that. What was that?
Minnesota Fats.
Oh, really?
All the greats.
Man, yeah, I remember that from my kid childhood.
But she said Minnesota Fats was a trick shot player, that he wasn't even that good.
I guess he was a big talker, though.
But he's in the 9-ball Hall of Fame in Las Vegas.
That's awesome.
They call him the Tiger.
So have you ever heard of this place being haunted?
Not really.
No scary
I've never heard of any of that. I mean, of course, all the ghost hunter people want in here, but
I'm sure,
Yeah.
There's an old TV.
they had a picture of that. He
With
said
a-
today.
Carrying thing.
You don't see them anymore.
That was a portable TV.
Yeah.
Yeah. Before your time.
Yeah.
Maybe before mine. It's pretty close.
That wasn't for mine.
Yeah, I'm 20 years older than Mark. His parents are 20 years older than me, and I'm 20 years older than him. I mean, they talked about putting maybe a...
We don't see a old tub like this much anymore.
Bathrooms connect. Closets connect.
Oh, yeah.
They got a sink in the bedroom there. What are you thinking, Shane? You want to stay here?
Not this room. Not this particular room.
Not till it's fixed up, right?
Fixed up, I'll be the first person here.
Yes, absolutely. Nope, I'll beat you to it. I want this room with the clawfoot tub. But it does need some work. And then they said most rooms were 2 rooms that connected with a bathroom. So it's a shared bathroom. There it goes.
Oh, so he's broke that window since I've been in here.
That's such a shame.
People still somehow get in here, you know?
It's so frustrating. It's like they had just broke out windows at the company store. Some of the little handprints on there. It's a nice piece of furniture. That's awesome.
I can't remember what's stored in here. A bunch of stuff. I can't remember exactly what.
Wow. You can tell it's like a studio. Well, that was awesome getting to see.
Oh, I loved every second of that, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
And we really want to thank Mayor Jenny and
Yes.
Mark for coming by and helping us in the building there.
Absolutely.
Super gracious hosts for us.
Yes. Gave us a lot of cool information.
Yeah.
And
We would have never got that on our own.
oh, I know. And I'm so glad that we got to see inside.
Yeah, I would have been heartsick, honestly.
Yes.
So once again, we thank Shirley.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Shirley, for putting us in touch with them. We wish you could be here.
Yeah.
So
That's the only downside is I wish we could have met her.
this place is happening.
Yeah.
It really is, you know.
Here you go. T-Mobile. It's like a lot more going on than I expected. A lot more.
Mm-hmm.
So, American Medical Inc. Let's see.
And up here is Marty's third base.
But it's still a small town where you can just park in the middle of the road and hop out and walk across the street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's City
It's-
Veterans Building on their left, and then next to it is City Hall.
yeah. And there's
City Mullins.
the Walgreens. And then we'll just keep on up this way.
There's our
Now,
little restaurant back there that we think we might stop and eat at too.
yeah, talking about famous people from here, I know a couple of them myself as far as there was Christy Martin, the famous boxer. So she was formerly Christy Salters. I saw her one of her very first fights. I was probably second or third or fourth or something. She fought in Bristol. And she was Christy Salters.
Right.
And then, so you wouldn't, I didn't dream she'd be what she was. She changed the sport. She totally revolutionized it.
Mm-hmm.
She went on, she actually put female boxing on the map. It was nothing before her, honestly.
That's awesome.
She was great. She was on HBO.
She's from here.
Yeah, she was on HBO. Don King signed her. She was just humongous. She's one of the biggest stars in the world when she
That's
was on top.
awesome.
Yeah, she fought on undercard of Mike Tyson fights.
Wow.
Yeah, and it all started here. She was from Mullins, and then she ended up she married her manager at the time, and she changed her name to Christy Martin. That's what most people know her as.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's Christy Martin, and then she billed herself as the coal miner's daughter,
okay.
and that
that's
really
cool.
caught on with people too. Yeah,
Oh, I'm sure.
as you can imagine.
There's also Jerome Anderson, which
Yes.
is a basketball player and coach.
Here's Mullins Middle School in front of us, and just want to point that out while we're driving through.
Yes. And there was Mike and Dan
D'Antoni.
Yeah. Yes. So Mike was a former basketball player and a current NBA coach. And Dan is the current head men's coach at Marshall University.
I was floored when I found out they were from here because I knew Mike D'Antoni. He coached the Rockets when they were at the top. You know, they were really a legitimate threat to win the championship.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then I found out he was from Mullins. I was like, whoa, that's pretty cool.
Rick Tolley was also from here, and he was the head football coach at Marshall University back in that airplane crash. And he actually passed away in that, but he was the head coach at that time that passed away in the crash. So
That was a terrible event. That was before my time, and I'm sure yours too.
Absolutely.
But sad thing that still haunts Marshall University to this day.
Yeah, I watched We Are Marshall. I liked it.
I don't think I've
You
seen
watched
it
that
yet.
movie?
No, I haven't. Shame on me.
Shame on you.
Well, shame on me.
Shame on Shane. Well, there's a residential community.
Yeah.
I hear your belly growling.
You probably do.
I think we're gonna have to eat.
Gurgling, yeah. Need some food.
You want to sing that song? Driving down the highway. I can't sing. Isn't it like Doobie Brothers or something?
Probably. I'm not the biggest Doobie Brother fan.
Well, that's a really cool look at the town, overlooking it like that.
Yeah.
Or rocking down the highway.
Okay, and now that sounds more familiar.
Rocking down the highway.
Just testing me.
I was.
See if I lied to you.
See if you knew it.
Oh yeah, I know that
Everyone
song.
correct me.
Everybody knows that song.
It's really cool looking over the town like that.
Gosh, too.
A lot of houses.
Yeah. Yeah, Mullins is a lot bigger than I expected.
Yeah. All right. So,
Back down into the downtown area, we circle back around.
this place looks awesome. Christie's Creative Confections. Cakes, shakes, and more.
Yes.
And there's the Rebel Barbecue.
Yeah.
And going back down this little main strip.
She gave us a straight shot of the Wyoming Hotel, too. Again.
Yes, that Wyoming Hotel is so awesome.
The old Coca-Cola sign and Pepsi, the rivals right here. So
Well, let's go back and get something to eat. What do you say?
well, let's do it. All right, so we're heading up here. We missed a little bit of piece of the town here.
Yeah,
We don't want to shortchange you.
exactly.
And there's nice murals in here. Again, there's the City of Mullins building right beside of us. And then,
Susie and Buttons to the right.
yes, and I've heard that is great food.
Post office on the right.
Yes.
Library on the left.
Yes. And then come up here so you can get in.
The stone house is really pretty.
Yeah, it is. That's a. Oop, well, I understand. Whatever it was wasn't good, and it was ill-advised. Okay,
It
so
didn't scare me, so.
well, if I didn't scare you, then it wasn't that bad.
Exactly.
I love this mural.
Oh, I do too. Isn't
Man.
that awesome?
Homecoming 1918.
Wow, that is
Yes.
really cool.
Yeah, we'll pull in here and get a shot of that,
Yes.
and that way,
Ain't that neat?
yeah. That looks like a church there, doesn't it?
Yes.
Nice.
Very pretty church. And another mural on the
Yes.
next building up from that.
The Mullins has got a lot more happening than what I would expect it to run into today.
Yeah,
And I'm
absolutely.
happy to see that.
Me too.
I think they told us, what, 7 restaurants here?
Yeah, 7 in Mullins.
There's a Virginian Railroad
that they
there.
do well.
Yeah.
Man, that was really nice.
So,
Rose floral gifts. Oh, there's no. I thought it was an old theater, but she did say that the theater has been demolished.
yeah,
so
yeah, that's right. Well,
It was actually like a laundry place, but it had a really cool sign.
oh. Oh man, that thing do well too. Is this a parking spot?
We just ate at the Rebel, and it was delicious.
Some of the best barbecue, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Oh my gosh, that was the best barbecue I've had in a long
And those
time.
homemade chips, don't sleep on
Oh
them.
my
either.
gosh, they're so good. Yeah. So we can't wait to come back and visit you guys. Thank you so much.
Okay, here in front of us was where she was saying there used to be the hospital.
Yeah.
Some of these old buildings. As we're heading out of town at this point. Heading out of Mullins. Okay, I enjoyed this trip to Mullins, West Virginia. How about yourself?
I did. I'm so glad that we happened to come here today and get to look in the Hotel Wyoming. Man, that was a treat.
That was amazing. Yeah, it was great to meet the mayor and have them show us around, and it was just a wonderful day here
Yes.
in Wyoming County.
We hope that you guys love it. If you did, again, give us the thumbs up, subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our adventures.
See you on down the road.